That's famous three times. Ay, ay, ay.
Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season, vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season, vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season, vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season. The white pipe, earth sign. Please let me unwind. All work, no play. Till I hit the deadline. 23 to 22. So when I'm rapping out of this for a couple days after September, put some fruit in the blender, skin hot, rising temperatures, rolling in detail, ain't no details, get the slip. Ask the Virgo business. Play like I ain't see this shit. Do dirt behind my back, I thought they buried me face up. I'm not put some money to the side. Face to face, decide to close. Call me petty if you want. Principle, cut you off. Loyalty in my blood, but not the energy. For endless time, ever play detective for a bit. Healthy risk to run this course, running laps around this bitch. If you around me long enough, there's no way you can't forget. Oh no, right, earth sign. Please let me unwind. Virgo season, Virgo season. All work, all play till I hit the deadline. Virgo season, Virgo season. 823 to 922, that's the Virgo season, Virgo season. 9/11's my exact day. Do you hear me? Virgo season, Virgo season.
That's famous three times. Ay, ay, ay.
Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season. Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season. Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season. Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season.
Oh, what it is. Let me take this off the screen right quick. Yeah, if I didn't, oh man, if I would have played that, they probably would have took my channel the air. But welcome to another edition of the William Green Experience right here on YouTube. And if you missed any part of tonight's show, please go to www.spreakerradio. No, I'm sorry, Spreaker.com/the William Green Experience. That is Spreaker.com/the William Green Experience. You can follow me on Instagram at William Green _WGX. But that video and song you just heard, well, the song you just heard in the video you saw, is from one of my best friends. Like I known him since I was like, let me see, 7, 8. I think I was like 7 when I met him. But anyway, he's right. Like I grew up with him. He covers boxing on YouTube and he covers fitness. Please welcome my famous A.
What's good, bro?
What's good, Brody?
Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season,
Uh,
Virgo season.
that is actually the first time I actually heard that song.
Dope, dope, dope. I'm happy. That was your first time. How was the
That was my
experience
first
listening?
time. It was awesome. I actually was in a good vibe listening to that song.
The first thing it says is
Like, what did
Vibrations,
you
vibrations.
like? Where did you shoot those video? Where did you shoot that video at?
So I actually was in Jersey when I shot that video. I was in New Jersey and I shot that video,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, it was in Patterson, New Jersey, and it's by this nice waterfall that they got
Oh,
out
Patty.
there.
Okay.
The idea that I had for
Mm-hmm.
the video was to shoot when there was nobody out there, but we went out there Memorial Day and I forgot, so it was crowded. Which, but
Oh wow.
it was cool. It was cool because I couldn't let that stop what I was doing, so we just went out there and shot it. I literally shot that in one day, edited it in 2 days, and then after that it was a wrap. I dropped the song on September 7th, and then I
Mm-hmm.
put the video on my birthday, which was 9/11. So 4 days we wrap it, boom, boom, shoot, record, drop. That's the first song I
Yeah.
and video I dropped since January, February, or something like that. So it's been a while since I dropped some music, but it don't sound like it. So that's the best part about it. Y'all go get that on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, whatever streaming service you got. It's out. It's on Siri. It's on Shazam. So if you ever hear it playing, oh, what's that? Famous AAA Virgo vibes.
Yep. And where can they find you on Instagram for the people who's actually listening and not watching right here on YouTube and Facebook?
Okay, so famous AAA, which is FAMUS AAA. Famous AAA.
And does that stand for anything, or is it something that you just recite? I just have to ask.
Um, it's crazy. It was a time where I was just making music, and I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna give the honest because I never really told nobody this. I think I made her heard the dream saying and I wanted to just like it just stuck with me in the back of my head. I think that his first album he was saying and I'm just like like why not speed it up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was it. So I'm just like, yo, my name was Famous. It was Famous AAA. And then I said, you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna change that to Famus AAA just to be different, And
Yes.
we here now.
Got you. But tell everybody where everything started from before famous AAA. Where were you? Like, where did you grow up at? Like, how was life for you?
Oh man. So me, I was raised on the streets of the Bronx, New York. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like any other hood you want to grow up in. It was like it's nothing I didn't see that you didn't see, that you didn't hear. If you grew up in that neighborhood, if you did grow
Hmm.
up in the neighborhood or didn't. So let me tell you. So you grow up, your family don't have the most money. You still go to school. You still do everything everybody else do. You just don't get the best treatment from the police or the best treatment from the teachers or the best treatment just from the neighborhood because everything is dirty. Everything is this. So you're a product of your environment. But for the most part, the best thing I could say that helped me through my childhood was not having this technology that's out now. I was able to interact with my friends. I was able to do physical things like play tag, play freeze tag, play
Oh
basketball,
yes.
football, wrestle in the hallway with this man right here. That's on, you know what I'm saying? Like literally wrestling in the hallway.
Yes.
Literally, you know what I'm saying? Like taking risks, slamming each other on whatever type of floor that is.
The lady will come out and riff at us. Remember that?
Yeah, like, yo, what are you doing in the hallway? We playing, leave us alone.
Exactly. We ain't doing. We not like going around nigga knocking. We just playing wrestling in the hallway.
Exactly. We used to have people would come in the hallway, try to go up the steps while we wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Like just doing our thing, just being
Yeah.
kids, you know what I'm saying? Without being on your phone all day like this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I'm thankful for all that too. It's like I don't even like when the older generation say, "Oh, but you millennials this and you millennials that," but you forget that there was a point in time that we didn't have these things. We were just kids,
Exactly.
and I think that's what people fail to realize. Being like I mean, we're kids, but we're human at the same time. So we live without that communication, especially in the public school system. Where
exactly.
the only thing we had was Macintosh computers.
Exactly. And we may have had what AIM, or if you had some money, if you was hustling. I wasn't hustling to a certain age, but
Yeah.
if you wasn't hustling, I got my first boost chirp at like 15,
Yeah.
and I didn't have money to pay for it because I wasn't out there hustling, and I was just doing other things with my life. But
Yeah.
you know, I didn't really have a stable phone till I was like in my 20s, to keep it a bug. But let's
Same.
rewind a little more though. Let's rewind a little more because you wanted to know how I started on my journey. So I grew up in the Bronx. The Bronx is where hip hop started at. You know what I'm saying? BX is where hip hop started at. So I'll always have, the feeling of just loving music. But it was this one time I went to the studio with this artist. We went to Sony Records, and he was signed to Sony Records, and he brought us to the studio. We
Mhm.
thought he was gonna be Maya was in that studio, and whatever studio, I forgot the studio, but he was down with Sony Records. He put
Yeah.
us on the end of his song, Me and Bu. He put us on the end of his song. We thought he was gonna be on his album, and back then we ain't know about album cuts, so we thinking like, oh, we're gonna be on the album. He bought us some Chinese food. We thought we was all lit. We downtown Manhattan. We get drove back uptown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from then, that was my first ever experience. But as I got turned into a teenager, I had moved to Connecticut. And before this, I never really took rap serious. I used to just watch like Smack DVD, Cocaine City, all
Yeah.
of those. And then when I got to Connecticut, which is so boring, I had
In
nothing to.
fact, before Connecticut, wasn't there a time back in '01 you moved to Nebraska?
Oh, yes, I did
Why?
to Nebraska.
How was that experience, and why did your mother pick to move there? Like, what was interesting about moving over there, and
Okay,
why did you come back?
okay. So we had moved to Nebraska right after 9/11.
Right.
9/11 happened, and my mom, I don't know if she panicked, but I know her husband at the time,
I remember him.
sister moved to Nebraska, and that was like her best friend. And they used
Mhm.
to live in the same building. So she had moved out there to go kind of follow her. And what people didn't know, when we went out there, we didn't have no place to go. We was in a shelter, we was broke. We was, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really sleep good at night, but my mom
Mm.
was out there. I went out there for like 3 months. It was a bad experience, but at the same time, I learned a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? There was I went to high school out there for 3 months. They was racist. They was telling you all go back to where you came from, this, that, and the third. But
Wow.
me, as a youngin, I didn't give a, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really care. I felt like I was the toughest in the school. It was a lot of, white kids in the school, and there was a few
Yep.
black. And I was short, but I didn't give a fuck. I always had the heart of a warrior. So
Yeah.
me, I'm like, yo, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But so mind you, we come back because everybody's suffering, everybody's depressed, their spirit is gone. We wanted to come back to New York. So that pressure weighed heavy on my mom, and we drove back to New York. And mind you, I was getting my clothes from the thrift shop out there. I didn't bring none of my clothes on I still have my apartment in New York.
Yeah.
We was getting clothes from the thrift shop. A car wound up breaking down. The van that my mother
Oh
drove,
no.
I'm saying, we drove there, drove back, but the van had wound up breaking down. I told you we getting shit from the thrift shop. I find some money in my pockets. When the car broke down, my mother didn't have no
Yeah.
money. That's how I knew I was like the lucky child, because we didn't know where we was gonna get the money. I found some money in my pocket, and see, if I was selfish, I would never said no. I passed it to my mom. She got a car, kind of fixed up, and then we hit the road.
Yeah.
He's back to the city. We came back to
Hmm.
the city. Everything was like copacetic from there. So that was my little. I don't remember too much, but all I can say is it wasn't a good experience. I was 12 years old. Towers hit. That's when everything else changed. That's when New York City literally changed for the worse.
Did it really did? Because I remember when y'all moved. I was like, damn it. Because I used to go to your house a lot. Like that. Like you introduced me to Edwin. Shout out
Facts.
to him. He was playing wrestling with us too. He was on the fifth floor, like Oscar. Shout out to all those guys. Well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of sad that you left, and then I was happy as shit when you came back. I was like, oh, my boy's back. 'Cause
Facts.
we used to do mad crazy stuff together.
Facts.
Yeah, but like I forgot what I was gonna say next, but anyway, but like I can only imagine that being a tough experience moving to another state on some random type stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly speaking, that's a random state to move to. Nebraska. Who moved
Yeah,
to Nebraska? I can only
exactly.
imagine like me being 12 years old and me leaving all my friends who I've known since I was yay high to go to a place out in the boondocks where I know nobody. Nobody looks like me. None of the people that can relate to me. Like they probably be doing meth under the house and whatever. I don't know what the hell they be doing in Nebraska, but only place I know in Nebraska is probably Omaha. That's it.
Mhm.
Like, do you remember the name of the town I was in?
We was in Lincoln,
Is it
Nebraska.
even on the map?
That was the capital of Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska. We
Link.
was in there with
I
just
actually
like,
heard about that place before.
yeah, Lincoln, Nebraska, and we was
The
in there.
capital.
They like in the
Okay,
shelter. I was in there with a
that's
lot.
exactly why I heard of it.
Huh?
There's like, mhm.
What'd you say? I think the string
Couldn't hear
breaking
you.
up a little.
Sorry. What time?
Oh no, I was just
Yeah,
saying. I
break up a little
yeah,
bit.
we was in there with just with a lot of adults, and it was just a lot of. I remember just like a lot of people, drug drug fiends and homeless people and people with kids, and it was just like
Yeah,
the food was horrible. I didn't eat sometimes. My
yeah,
mom used to be in there every day wiping down the bunk beds that we had. Then we had to watch our food. Then we had to sneak food in. It's just like it was a, you know what I'm saying? The shelter is like a bad experience for anybody who trying to live a certain type of life. So from Nebraska, let's fast forward 2 more years, and now I moved to
right.
Connecticut. I was back at that apartment, then I
Yeah,
moved to Connecticut, and that's when the
yeah.
tides had really turned. So I'm in Connecticut, right? This is 2004. Yeah, I think
And you
this is
lived in
when.
Waterbury, right?
Yeah, I was in Waterbury, Connecticut. This when June it was popping. So I moved
Yeah.
to Connecticut, bored as shit. And in New York, let me tell y'all, if y'all from New York City, the yellow bus is, they say that's for retarded people. That's what we used to say when we was younger. Retarded people, blah, blah, blah. So mind you, you used to get made fun of if you rode that bus.
And I used
Mind
to ride
you,
that bus too. Yeah, people
like,
made fun of me for that. Yeah, I
nah,
can attest
keep
to
it a
that.
buck. Yep, it wasn't embarrassing or no.
It was
That's a
because
big thing.
I didn't understand why they was making fun of me for. That was the sad thing.
Yeah, that was back in the days when you had the immature mind, but we
Yeah.
all grown now. So
Hmm.
that's the thing to talk about. But
Hmm.
so that happened. Mind you, I go to Connecticut, everybody's riding this bus. I'm like, yo, I'm not riding this fucking bus. Now, mind you, kids is driving at 14 years old.
Yeah.
My lazy ass was not driving. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Yeah.
at least I wasn't lazy, but I was lazy to the point where I wasn't getting no license. People driving at 14, 15, 16, got their own cars, whooping up to school, pulling
Yeah.
up to school. And I'm just trying to find myself out there. So I go to school and I meet this kid named Smoked Out.
Yeah.
To my
Wow.
guy Smoked Out Bill.
Hmm.
I think this guy named Smoked Out, and he has like some recorder shit. His pops own a radio station out there,
Oh
and all.
wow.
So he had like equipment in his crib. So I used to go to his crib, record all the time, like
Yeah.
record. Till one day we get into some little some beef,
Yeah.
um, and he like, yo, he used to live like literally right down the block from me. So after that happened,
Yeah.
get into a beef, I had nowhere to record. You
Hmm.
know, I love her son, so she brought me all the recording equipment. She recorded myself, and then that's how it really all started. I just was in Connecticut. Connecticut was the way for me to really start making
Yeah.
music and digesting it. That's why we're here now. So
And you moved, and at one point you moved back to New York, right?
yes, we actually moved back. See, that was another thing. It was killing my mom. The pressure was on our mom that her kids' spirits were just not in a place where she was moving us. We love New York so much.
Yeah.
Came back. We came back and we was in a shelter again. But mind you, not all of us.
Right.
Me, my mom was in a shelter. My sister,
Okay.
they had enough of it, and they like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? My older
I
sister was
understand.
by that time. She like, hell no, I'm not moving to no shelter. Uh, my other sister had somewhere to go, and I think my youngest sister was pregnant with my nephew, or she had him by then, so she was living
Okay.
with him. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
She was living with her baby father at the time,
Yeah.
and it's just me and my mom, and we in this fucking spot, and it's just like some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All over again, and it's just like, yo, can't deal with it. So my mom, she got another apartment, and we wound up getting up out of there. And you know,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think that was the last time I ever was in a shelter but the shelter, it wasn't that bad because it wasn't a shelter we had to sign in. It was a shelter where you come in. It's just like a regular apartment. They'll
Yeah,
tell you you gotta
it's
do
called
that.
the tier two.
I was breaking night. I was coming in whatever time I wanted. The only thing is I couldn't bring no girls to
Yeah.
this because I was literally living with my mom in the shelter. And this time, well, I'm only what, 17, 16. You know what I'm saying at the time? So
For yeah,
16,
for,
17, can't bring no
yeah.
girls in there. So the
Hmm.
first girl that I ever really smashed, I had to fuck her on the roof because she ain't I had to bring it to her roof, do what I do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's murder she wrote. I ain't gonna lie, I lost my virginity the week before my birthday or a few days before my 17th birthday. I'll never forget that.
Oh, that's good. That's a hell of a birthday gift. I
Yeah,
lost I lost mine on Valentine's Day in broad daylight.
Steve, look,
It
look,
wasn't even planned.
look, exactly.
Now you see a lot of kids, they have this idea, oh, my virginity going to be special. Yeah, okay. It's going to be when you least suspect it.
Yeah,
Anybody who,
exactly. Unless you waiting for some fairy tale shit other than that, I was just like, yo, I'm trying to get this nut off. I want to be a man. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like by this time, um, I'm still in school. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hell no, I ain't going back to school. And I'm saying I ain't going back to school and I ain't fucking none. Like you crazy? I had to get that off. So after I got that off, you
yeah,
know, I was like, that was it.
got you.
Hmm.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, the type of apartment that your mom was in is called a tier two shelter.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a friend that's in the shelter system right now, and she broke it down to me as far as like how everything works as far as the shelter system. So I picked up on that because I'm trying to get into social work, so I'm picking up on all that stuff because I may have to take a caseworker's job in my first 2 years out of college.
That's hey, whatever
Yeah,
you gotta do, to advance how
yeah,
you feel like that field can help you. Whatever you gotta do, man. I applaud you on your journey.
yeah. So so we go from that to music. You said you started hustling. How did that happen? Because I had no idea you was doing that.
Uh, what was this? I had got out of high school and I remember this like it was no tomorrow. I was on like my mom had stopped taking care of me. In a sense, she let me live with her, but she wasn't paying my. She had to have enough money to pay the bills and my phone bill and shit. So I'm like, yeah, I need a phone, I need this, I need that. So my pops was locked up. He came home and he had like some weed, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to hustle. So he gave me I don't know what the fuck he gave me. He gave me like a bag full of weed. He just gave it to me.
Hmm.
Go to the block. Everybody out there, they mother hustling. When I say everybody, they mother hustling, like they hustling. So I
Yeah.
go there and I talk to somebody, and he like, yo, you can't sell here. Everybody got weed. I'm like, what, nigga? I'm from New
Ooh,
York. So I posted up there. Same day, I go back. My pops is living me just for because it was his release. He was released to my apartment.
okay.
Sleeping in the fucking room with me on the floor though. He on the floor, I'm on my bed. My mom
Okay.
got tired of that shit. She's like, fuck out of here. He had to go. So anyway, long story short, I give him back the weed, like, yo, I can't do this shit. Because back then I was like the way you would hustle was, well, at least this is my first time, sit
Okay.
there and wait for people. I'm not doing this shit. Like I ain't trying to sit here all day wait for people to sell some fucking weed. And that's just the game. So I'm like, yo, fuck that. And then fast forward,
I can imagine that being boring.
exactly, that's too boring. That's like me
Yeah.
sitting here with you all fucking day on this. Like, I appreciate you bringing me on the show, but just imagine us sitting here all day.
Yeah.
No,
Eventually, we got to leave.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. And plus, I was new. So it wasn't like I had clientele. People know I had weed. They just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So fast forward, I get a job. You know what I'm saying? I get fired from that job. And the spoiling really stopped after I got the job. So I think I was going through a dark period of time in my early 20s, and I'm like, yo, you know what? Fuck
Tell
this.
me about that because I had no idea you was even going through a dark time.
Yeah. So what happened was it was just little minor shit that I didn't apply myself. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
around negative people, so the frequency that that I was picking up, but everything was negative. So my vibe was negative. At a point in time in my life, I didn't care. Like I didn't care for nothing. So
Right.
everything was negative with me. I go fill out a job application. I'm like, no job gonna hire me. It's everything. I was just blaming everything else on everybody. I was blaming everything on everybody else besides myself, and
Right.
that was what really killed me. You know what I'm saying? Like my first 2 years of my 20s, that killed me. It killed my soul. It killed everything. Like I felt like I couldn't get nothing done, but I was really in a negative spot. I was literally in the hood where shit was going down. People was getting shot at, shootings, all that. I was literally in there in the mix, and you know what I'm saying. So once I'm around that, I'm like, yo, fuck that. I grab a pack, work, and I was hustling for like 3 months.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? I was hustling, not super hard, but I was hustling for 3 months, and I'm not scared to say it or say I'm proud that I did that. You know what I'm saying? It was a phase. It was only 3 months, but you know what I'm saying? I was hustling, but I was in a dark place just because I thought everything was everybody else's fault instead of mine. And then, you know, I had hooked up with this girl,
Right.
and you know, I hooked up with this girl, and I moved to Harlem, started living with her, got a job. No, you know what's crazy? I'm
Right.
bugging. That was before. That's what really got me back in the hood because I was doing good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was with this girl, live with her in Harlem. I didn't have my own shit at the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Yeah.
have my own crib. So I get fired. I get fired from that job or whatever the
Okay.
case may be, or something to that extent. I don't know if I get fired from the job, but anyway, long story short, I wind up breaking up with her. I get fired from the job. Then I go back to the hood. Now I'm really on my music shit. Now I'm going to the studio. I got everybody in the studio with me. So we built a tight bond real quick, even though I was from that hood, even though I was like taking lapses. Like
Right.
just love my energy, so they're always around me. Like if you look at my first YouTube video, I got about like 7, 8 niggas with me in the booth at one time while I'm recording. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Just because that's the energy I brought.
Yeah.
Anyway, on songs, like they in there making noise while I'm actually recording the whole song. But anyway, so
But
that's
let me address that part. Like I gonna yeah, I can understand the type of people at that time you may have bought because it's like it's like a lot of people when you start something, it's like they feel like they want to be included.
mhm,
Like when I started this, there's a few people I won't say their names on the air, but they have asked me like can they co-host and stuff like that. This is way before I even like it got to this.
mm,
It was when I started this, and I'm like, no,
mm,
I'm not looking for a co-host that has my name on it. Not to say that I don't need one and whatever, or I don't want one like a guest co-host, but
mm,
actually try to help me do it because some people don't have your best interest in heart. Like they're thinking about themselves when they do that. Like they was thinking about themselves. So at like at that point, I would imagine you would have thought these were selfish ass people,
mhm.
right?
Mm. Yeah, I just thought everybody was just at the time I was so blind and so
Right.
many people telling me like, yo, why do you hang out with these bum ass niggas? And I'm like, bum
Yeah.
ass niggas, these my bros, this is my family, it's such and such. And I'm like, bum ass niggas, what are you talking about? Like, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Even girls, good looking girls used to be like, yo, why you chill over here? Why you do this? I'm like, yo, because this is what I do. But
Yeah.
after a certain point, I think once I hit about 20. All right, so I had that little slump. Once I
Yeah.
hit about 25, I had got with this other girl. Then I started like things. I started to change my mind pattern. I stopped hanging around so much, and I was focused on getting my life together, get me a real job. So
Yep.
I got me a nice stable temp job that led me to a nice real job. You know what I'm saying? Nice real job. And after that, I didn't really fuck with the hood like that too much. Like the days of my hood was over, like 25. You know what I'm saying? Like really just being in the hood. And that's where I should have woke up earlier, but I didn't wake up. So and you know that was my story as far as like my dark place. It was like for 2 years. It was a point
Yep.
in time where I ain't gonna lie, I was living with my sister and I was thinking about like, yo, I'm about to kill myself because nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? I was that stressed over nothing. It was literally nothing going on but me being around negative frequency and
Right.
me just like thinking everything is everybody else's fault. And I was just like, I was one day on the couch contemplating like, yo, I'm about to just stab myself in the fucking head and just sit here. But mind you, my sister lived there. That was her house, and I had nephews there. So imagine them walking in on that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Yeah.
So I thought about it, and I'm like, nah, you know what? It ain't that serious. And I'm a warrior, so fuck, I look like
Yeah.
crazy.
Hmm. I'm glad you came to terms with that. Like, how did you where did you find your redemption from that? Because I know everybody hits a rock bottom. 'Cause I told Ralphie that yesterday.
Mhm.
Everybody hits a rock bottom, and then from there you can only go up.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
like where did you realize that? Damn, I have a problem. I need to fix this.
Um, when I got, so I was with a girl, and I was still messing with another girl at the time,
Okay.
and I think once I stopped messing with the girl that I was cheating on my girlfriend with at the time is when I said, you know what, I, because it was a negative situation, and that took me all the way out. Like, yo, hold on. And there was an experience that I'm not going to talk about on here, but I
That's
could have
fine.
been in jail for a long. I probably still would have been in jail right now. You know what I'm saying? For what I was going to do, what I was thinking I was going to do, and I didn't do it, and the relationship ended, and like, not saying we was in like a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, but like started fucking with each other. I just swayed away. I was like, you know what? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm away from the negative energy now. I got back on my music card. I was
Yeah.
doing everything, taking trips, going here, doing this, doing that. So that's when I knew I had got rid of that problem. But by the time I got a little older, maybe like 28,
Yeah.
because I had left New York for like a few months and I came back.
Yeah.
I said, yo, okay, I really got a problem. I got to get my shit together. Like, by this time I didn't have I'm still living with people. I'm like, yo, I can't be doing this no more. So I came back, had not a dollar in my pocket. I was doing Uber Eats, on bikes. When I say I was doing Uber Eats on bikes, the chain was popping. It
Oh
was
God.
raining. I got a flat tire, and I'm doing Uber Eats on a bike. Anybody who
Mm.
be on a bike that's not a electrical bike, you already know the struggle going on.
Yeah, yeah, I know the struggle. I'm a cyclist. Oh God, I don't miss that.
Exactly. So after that happened, it was another point where I'm just like, fuck, nothing happened for me. I got a job. Long story short, I came up at that job,
Yeah,
invested in myself, and I'm here now. So, you know what I'm saying? That's when I realized, and I was like, once I came back to New York, I'm like, yo, I got a problem. I gotta be a grown man. I gotta stop running from shit and face your
yeah.
head up. And
Hmm.
that's when I started being a man, paying all my bills and all that shit. So we here now, and I'm good.
Yeah. Now let's segue into what's happened. Like, what made you start a YouTube channel?
Oh, so
What was the creative process that went into that?
um, okay.
Because
So
mine came out of nowhere, honestly. So how was yours?
I love boxing since 2006, but
Hmm.
I used to just watch people commentate and talk about boxing in 2016. And I said one day, fuck that, I'm gonna make me a channel. So I'm listening to people and I'm like, yo, fuck, I'm scared. So one day I'm in the bathroom at my job and I'm like, fuck that. I did a voiceover on my phone, put a
Hmm.
picture up, put a video up on YouTube, no views. Put another video up, no views. So what I would do is I will watch the video just to get a view. Then I watch it so I get another view. And I
I'm
watch it.
honest about that. And I do it too.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
then it started like picking up. I was so consistent with it. Like every topic that came out, I was just like at my job, go into a room, talk about a video. Then I
Yeah.
start picking up a little more traction. I started learning about Facebook groups, posting in Facebook groups, and my video started growing and more and more and more and more. But I always had a YouTube channel for making music. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the boxing thing was like I knew about YouTube, but you know what I'm saying? I knew if I was consistent enough, I could get down with certain people and I possibly could blow. And you know what I'm saying? That's my channel is where it's at right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to get my channel to where that's said, but like you said, it takes consistency
Yes.
because you just can't put out something here and there
Hmm.
and not do anything with that. You have to put out more and more. That's what people don't understand. Because it's like what they're doing is a lot of these YouTube guys, from what I've seen, it's like they're just putting out stuff here and there, and it's like they give up after. let me see, after their third, fourth video, they like if they don't get no views that they want, they be like, fuck it, it is what it is. But you also have to like you have to be consistent. Also, you have to know what to talk about and what you think the market is too. That's something that people have to research too. Because back in 2016, that's when the whole the boxing sector on the internet, you came right when it started. You came right when the shit started. You actually came the second year. Actually, it started really in 2015. It
Okay.
didn't blow really until 2016.
Mm.
Because I remember it all started with Mr. IOTBA Bradshaw.
Okay.
I started with him. Then I started seeing Jamie Cartaron because they
Oh,
both had boxing groups, and
yes,
I
yes.
seen and I seen you post in both those groups.
Yeah, yeah. Well, not IOTBA anymore, but definitely Jamie.
Yeah,
Definitely posting his group for sure.
yeah. Well, yeah. IOTBA boxing talk they blow now.
Hmm.
They blow.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So we ain't gonna talk about that, but yeah,
Hmm.
I seen you posting those groups. So I knew from there you was gonna blow up because a lot of these people, you know, they try to listen to everybody.
That's a
It's
fact.
like they'll listen to whoever they want to listen to too. Like
Hmm.
they'll probably watch your videos, become a fan, or they'll just probably rag you. It depends. It's a crapshoot.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So how
Definitely.
many videos in did you get your first viral video? The one that got you the most traction?
Sheesh. I say maybe like 200 videos in. Like people don't understand. I was making 3 videos a day, like literally 3 videos a day, and I knew how to edit. So
Yeah.
maybe less than that. I remember I had did a Terrence. My first video that ever went viral was a Terrence Crawford video. I did a Terrence Crawford video of him when he was facing Julius Adongo, the training camp, and I was
Mhm.
putting videos side by side. I had got the idea from Fight Hype, but they only did it on the covers. They used to put a boxer face here, a boxer face here. I said, you know what? I'm gonna compare them side by side. So I will put
Yeah.
Crawford here and I'll put Ndongo here. And the whole trick with that is when you put both of them there, they gotta rewatch. If they looking at one, they gotta rewatch the video. So they had to rewatch and then rewatch and then rewatch and then rewatch till they felt. So I put myself in a cycle of like, oh shit, and that video did like 10,000 views, and I'm like, oh, this is not viral, but it's you know what I'm saying. But the first
Yeah.
video I did that did hundreds of thousands of views. Um, I'm not sure if it was a boxing video or it was a video that I did of this lady doing track and field. Like the video got like almost 500,000 views. You know,
Yeah.
over 500,000 views. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that might be the first viral video that I ever did. Um, but the one that got traction for the boxing was that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I had definitely bought. I had bought some views for like an old music video I did that should have had 100,000 views with no comments. Well, it had comments, but it wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't real hard work. So that's how I did my thing. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just raped the system real quick.
Yeah. But yeah, people will notice the ratio if you when you buy like subs and whatever. Because I thought about doing it, but then I also thought I'm having these like I having all these so-called followers or subs, but none of the stuff is organic. Because that's what you want. You want an organic reach. You want people to look at your videos and be like, "Oh, this person's talking some shit," or now what they're saying now is, "Oh, this guy's spitting.
Hmm.
This dude's spitting." So
Hmm.
that's what I really want. Like one of my boys I used to work at Old Navy with, he wanted to he said asked me something about growing a YouTube channel, right? So I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, let's do it. But then I realized what we was doing. Like I have to sub to this person so they can sub to mine. It's like I could call out a YouTube pyramid scheme, if you will, and it's like it's a waste of time. I want to grow. You should. Everybody wants to want to grow their brand the old
Hmm.
fashioned way. That means you have to get organic views and not generic.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's what people have to do. So, you actually gave me the motivation to want to go on YouTube. I just didn't. I was just trying to find a way to do it and present it. So I have one. I have you one of the people I have to thank for that.
Nah, I definitely appreciate your efforts of you even starting up the podcast and getting things running. But one thing I would say that is very useful about that is the useful thing about that is you can do a YouTube pyramid scheme with comments.
Comments, right?
Do it with comments. I won't say do it with likes because when you like a video, it goes to a playlist. If you don't want that on your, if you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe. But with comments, that helps out the algorithm. Not saying I haven't done it, but I'm gonna start doing it so I can get more comments on videos that I know is good though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're already with thousands of views, but what's a comment for somebody watching it real quick and putting a comment? You know, it helps out. So it's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you do have to come out your pocket and pay Google for ads or pay somebody to send traffic there because
No,
that's
that's fine. I actually did that with one of my videos that I did yesterday. That's
okay.
fine. I don't have a problem with like you see. There's a difference between paying somebody to promote yourself and you just buying likes. There's like no, there's a difference. People don't know the difference.
Yeah,
Like you're buying what you're doing is you're paying Google for promotion.
exactly.
That's great. That means like because remember you're one person and you're not notable yet. Well, you're notable. You're more notable than me. So I'm talking to the people who's not.
Hmm.
Like nobody really knows these people, me included, because I'm starting out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pay a machine to push my stuff around the internet, and actually worked. It actually worked for one of my videos, but I didn't put that much into it. I think I put like $5. What is like $5 going to do something? It's going to send it somewhere, and somebody's going to comment. But what I want is I want people to, and I'm sure that's what you want is somebody this to create a conversation inside the comment section.
Yes.
That's how you know. That's how you know you arrived.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, once you get one person to comment, then the next person to reply to that comment and the next person reply
Hmm.
to that comment. Like I took a break off my YouTube channel and I don't get the views that I used to get because I don't do the same exact thing that I used to do. But
So what does?
when I do have a video, the people are going at each other in the comments, talking
Yeah,
about crazy, you're this, you're that. So you could tell it's really organic. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Hmm.
my growth is still really organic. People still have something to talk about or debate about in my comment section. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's still relevant to what's going on
yeah,
in today's day. So
yeah. And sometimes you got people who wait for you to come back, especially if you're good at what you do. It's
mhm.
like those fans are gonna stay. Like those same people in your comment section. Those are supporters that stay, or people who just want to comment because they just want to either troll. You see, to me, all comments are good comments to me. I don't care if they negative or positive. They're good, especially the trolls, because nobody goes to somebody that they don't know and just say something about them without getting some sort like without wanting a reaction. They want you to say their name. They want you to probably make fun of them or whatever. That's what they are. Like they have no life. So those are those comments are just as good as positive comments.
Yes,
Long as you don't get more negative than positive comments. So it's like it's crazy. Well, yeah, that's what the wave is on YouTube. But you mentioned you had to change. Like, what did you exactly change?
as far as what?
Your channel because you said you was doing music and you was doing a certain way because you said you had to like get off YouTube and then come back and you say you lost subscribers because you had to do it another way.
Okay, so what I meant by that is on my boxing channel, and
Yeah.
I stopped doing music. Once I stopped doing music, I kind of got taken off of everything. So I
Mhm.
stopped just YouTube in general. I was like, fuck YouTube, fuck this boxing wave, because everybody's just doing the same thing, sitting up there like this is love and hip hop, talking about what this dude said about this dude, and I'm not here for that. I fell in love with the sport of boxing for skills.
Yeah.
Never said, yo, this dude is getting 5 million to fight this dude. I
Hmm.
never been into that. Not in football, basketball, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
never been into how much money another man got or the politics, because in these sports like football, basketball, all teams got to play each other. In boxing, there's a politics where you don't have to fight this dude. Okay, cool. But I'm not going to be
Yeah.
sitting up there talking about it. I don't care. That's on you.
Yeah.
You
But
know what I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
tell you something. yeah, I'm gonna tell you this.
Mm.
As far as like the salary and stuff like that, and boxing, I feel it makes no sense to talk about it because because sometimes some promoters don't want to pay somebody because of personal reasons. Personal reasons are involved in those decisions. You see, with football and basketball, the reason why the media talks about salaries because there's a salary cap. So rather you sign up how much money you sign a player, it will impact who else they can bring to help the team, because if you're spending most of the money on that one person, especially in the NFL, there's really no long term and guaranteed money that they can give a player unless you're a superstar. So I can see why they put that in discussion because let's say like Patrick Mahomes, they gave him a 10-year deal. That means they can't really bring anybody unless they have to go through the draft to bring people. They wouldn't be able to sign notable free agents to help him out. So I get what you're saying though, but I'm just letting you know that there's a flip side to why people will bring up a money discussion
You
because
just put,
yeah.
you, you
Well,
just
he's
put me
in
on the.
boxing, and yeah,
And I didn't know that. I didn't really know that aspect of why they did it. It
yeah,
makes sense now.
yeah,
It makes sense, but still, me
yeah,
personally, that's
hmm
football. Basketball. I got into the sport of boxing not
yeah,
because this guy makes this much.
uh
I
huh,
don't get like that's going in his bank account. And
yeah.
to be honest, I don't care about that. I care
I
about
understand.
better jab, who got better footwork, who got
Hmm.
better head, who's stronger than the stretch, who's been through the tougher rounds, who's a dog, who's not, who folds, who drops their hands, who defense is lazy. I could talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you have talked about that. Like, what did you decide at that point? You're like, you know what? Let me just break down boxing videos after you decided. Because I know you was at a point where I don't want to talk about this no more. So how long it did it take for you to be like, let me just go this direction and just talk about what should be talked about
Um,
before you just completely gave it up?
because I think a lot of things changed my mind. Me taking breaks refreshed me. So once I was done with the sport of boxing and just talking about this and that, and Deontay Wilder had a fight with Tyson Fury and he had got knocked out, and that really fucked up my soul, my spirit, and my heart. So that's what really drew me away from boxing. But at the same time, I needed that break and
Yeah,
I didn't want to push no propaganda like before, like just saying anything just to get people to watch my videos and putting
yeah,
clickbait titles and that's cool, but it's like, come on, bro. Like I'm the type of person. I'm like, you know what? Okay, that happened. The pandemic happened, and then I said, you know what? I started going to the park. Everybody's like, yo, how you still stay in shape? And there's no gym open, and duh,
you
like
go
there's
outside.
exactly. So anyway, go to the park and I see these dudes in there um, with the pads. And me, I'm a socializable person, but only if I feel your vibe. So they was in there hitting the pads, and I asked them like, "Yo, what's good, yo? You know what I'm saying? You hitting the pads?" He like, "Yo, free." I'm like, "All right, cool. I got a YouTube channel, so I'm hitting the pads." And I said, "Yo, when I come back, this I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back actually doing what I'm talking about as opposed to talking shit. Oh, this guy's a pussy. This guy's ducking this guy. Get hit in the mouth, spar, throw punches, and then talk about somebody." And I'm like, you know what? I always gotta live what I see or what I talk about, what I watch. Then I
Yeah,
watch podcasts and what I'm on right now, a podcast. So I gotta do what I'm watching. I
yeah.
cannot just sit there and just fucking like a retarded or a fucking hypnotized like this just all day. No, if I'm watching podcasts, look, I'm on a podcast right now. Shout out to the William Greens Experience.
Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people. You're right about that. It's like there's a difference between analyzing something because not everybody is good at certain sports. Like you got some of these analysts out here. Some of them probably played on on a low level, didn't really get to make it to the pros, but
Mhm.
they felt like they was better analysts than anything. There's a difference between just analyzing a sport and just talking garbage about them, like saying, "Oh, this person is soft," or "This person is this and weak," and stuff like that. I'm like, have you ever been punched in the mouth before? So I get exactly what you're saying when it comes to that.
Mhm.
I get exactly what you're saying because there's a lot of people out here that think like a lot of tough guys.
But they tough doing this. They're
Yeah,
not gonna. They
keyboard
not.
warrior.
They talking about. If you're talking about a box, I guarantee if you haven't boxed, you're not even gonna get past the sparring partner to get to him. So why are you
No,
talking?
no, they're definitely not because a lot of these sparring partners are professionals. They're just lower and they just and sometimes they're professionals. Some
Hmm.
of them just work with each other, like to help them out.
It's a fact.
Yeah. So a lot of these people that, especially the ones I be seeing in these boxing groups, oh
Hmm.
God, they don't know what the hell they be talking about.
It's just a whole bunch of, oh, this guy's ducking this guy need to fight this guy's better than this guy. Listen, I'm not here for that. That's cool. That's what y'all want to do. Cool. But I'm not here for that. I'm here to talk about styles and the way people fight and the way they look in their training camp and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, training correctly. And I'm not a professional, but I'm going by off the sight of me seeing them. So you know what I'm saying. If you want to wrap it up with the boxing, that's how
Yeah.
I do my channel. If you want to go, the channel is Famous AAA. Same way I spell my name, Famus AAA. It's gonna pop up. We almost at 14,000 subscribers. We
Hmm.
almost a few shy away. So once you get that 14,000 mark, we're just gonna keep rolling, and rocking, and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Pushing the envelope forward.
Yeah, but yeah, like let's get like we covered the boxing.
Hmm.
What do you think about the stuff that's going on today? Like you said, you mentioned something before you went on God damn it. Damn it. Hey, stumbling on my words. Early before we went on the air, yeah. Before we went on the air, you wanted to bring up education as far as like what you thought about it and stuff like that. Like, what are your thoughts on it? And I'll give you mine after you're done.
Education is something that I think people need to take serious. I think people need to do a lot more research. I think
Hmm.
people need to do a lot more research as far as when they do have kids and educating their kids on literally their heritage, their background, where their ancestors came from, as opposed to a school telling you what's right, what's wrong, what's 1 plus 2, what's 3 plus 4. That's stuff that you do need, but any parent can teach that. You know what I'm saying? Unless your kid is trying to go to school to be, uh, let's just say, a doctor or something like that,
Yeah.
then it's no need for. I feel like personally, there's no need for you to have your kid in school per se, unless they want to do something out there. But other than that, I think school is full of shit. Um, the curriculum that they teach you wrong history. They teach you stuff that they had like, let's say they alter everything is altered in life, period. So
Yeah.
we can get a little deeper into that after, but
Hmm.
everything is just altered, period. Like your reality is fake. And what if I told you everything was fake? You'd be like, you're lying. But no, everything in reality is fake. I can tell
Right.
you a little more why after this. But the school system, it's, you know what I'm saying? I know people like, oh my God, I got my college degree. That means nothing. All that means, listen, what this means is, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna keep it a bug with you,
Yeah.
you passed a test that they said that you passed according to their curriculum. That don't
Right.
mean that it's literally right, because what's right is what's natural. And what's natural is we did not go to school, sit in school for 8 hours, be taught while your parent is going to work. And when they get home, they're tired or they don't want to deal with you because they've been at work all day. You trying to ask them, Mock, you help me with my homework. She's mad, or your father's not there, or your father's mad and he don't want to help you because
Yeah.
they've been gone all day. And all it is just a separation thing. So you can be separated from your parents and you get used to being away. And the way that natural like society is village raise a family. So if we all lived in a neighborhood,
Yeah.
every kid's supposed to be protected by the whole block, the whole, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be. But instead, what we do, we say we put them in a building for 8 hours.
Yeah.
put a bell, you go to the next class, go to the next class, and people is not learning their correct heritage or they things. So, and I think that's how education is supposed to be taught. But we
Right.
in Western society, and they tell you if you go to college and you do this, you're smart. If you get 100 on this test, you're smart. And how are you smart just because you passing something that somebody put in place for you? Life is
Mhm.
about design of yourself. That's why you was born by yourself. You wasn't born with the people that put you in this
Yeah.
predicament. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm
Yeah.
probably getting a little deep on it, but it's just common sense at the end of the day. It's just like with the mask. People will argue you down that you should wear a mask for whatever fucking reason, but people can't breathe in a mask. So why the fuck would I have that on? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. It's just common sense. If I can't breathe with something on, I'm not gonna have that on just because people want me to, oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Just because the government said it. Like use your mind, think for yourself. But some people probably be like, this nigga's bugging, man. Like school. I went to school. I did this. But listen, you gotta relearn and unlearn things that you learned in life, and people are scared to change. That's not my fault that people are scared to change. You know what I'm saying? Like even the things I thought was crazy was real, and I just learned that it was fake, and I just had to relearn. Like I don't have a problem with throwing away material. I don't cherish material, and everything in life is material. A degree, well, in this world, in this life, a degree of this, of that, and it's all material. If that degree burns, well, all you got is, oh yeah, I went to the school, go to the school, look up the files to see if I went to the school, and that's material. That means nothing. It means nothing. But to people who believe that, hey, more power to you.
I'm just gonna tell you this about education.
Hmm.
There's a difference between being educated and being smart. Being educated is like you said, you go to school and you get a degree. You're educated based on the curriculum that they give you, or if you're in college, usually let me tell you something. If you go to college for liberal arts, that's not really a real degree as far as like the field. You're not going to really get anything working in that field, but probably like an English teacher or whatever, if that's what you're trying to go for. But if you're trying to use that as a way to flex on people, talking about, oh, I got my degrees. What do you get your degree in? Liberal arts? Yeah. What is explain to me what that is? Because I'm going to school for psychology. Like I can learn that curriculum, and but also I can read other books that they probably not going to teach me in school or tell me to read in school. So it's like I do like right now I'm doing my research on mental health right now. While like I don't even got my degrees yet. I'm going to school for it, yes, because I know that that's what you need to land a job in that field. But at
Hmm.
the same time, I want to do independent research myself, or what I do is I analyze people based on my personal experiences to to try to figure out why people do what they do. But when I say that, people be like, "Oh, you're overanalyzing." I'm not overanalyzing. I'm using my observation. It's not my fault that my observation skills are good and yours suck. It's not my
People
fault.
realize shit. Listen, and not to cut you off, but look, this is what people do.
Yeah,
They go to a job, nine to
yeah.
five. They
Hmm.
go to they come home, party on the weekends. Why? Why do they do this? Government tells you, oh, you're supposed to go to work from 9 to 5, and then on the weekends you party. Why can't you fucking go party on a Monday? Why not? Why can't you party on it? Because the government says that's the days to party and everything is popping. Find a group of people who think just like you, outside the box. That's gonna say, yo, you know what? I'm willing to turn up during the weekday and not the week. Just do different things, but people don't analyze it. They look at you like you went out on a Monday. And you know how you notice that, have you ever been at work and you go out on a Monday like you went out last night? But instead of
Yeah,
you saying Friday, oh yeah, I went out. Yeah, me too. But you went out last
yeah,
night. The meaning is totally different. It's because
yeah.
people so programmed and they just listen to everything that the government tell you, and it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit.
Honestly speaking, I don't even think the government tells anybody that. I think that's societal norms because
No, but
I've seen. Yeah,
reason why I say
yeah.
because they don't want to put all this in place. That's what I'm saying.
You
So
talking
they
about closing the post office on Sundays and stuff?
yes, that's what I'm saying. They struck because they make the laws. They you know what I'm saying? They
I
they
got
they
you. I understand.
so they the person who laid down a blueprint of
Yeah.
that. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? That's what I
Yeah.
mean. I'm not saying literally, but the people in control, like they can
Yeah.
tell you, okay, close the store. The FDA, they're in charge of the food, they're in charge of everything. So how they're not in charge of what days of the week we supposed to do this and business is open and all that. So it's
About the FDA, I want to say something about that because I said it last night. And for those of you who didn't hear me, I'm gonna say it again. Last year, I was at a doctor's appointment, and the physical, and they told me what I do and whatever. Do I smoke? I'm like, just smoke weed. The doctor told me that I shouldn't be smoking weed because I'll go into a seizure if I keep on doing it. I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, who told you that? I
exactly.
no, I was thinking about the dude from what you call it, Coming to America. Who told you that? I'm like, bro, I'm like, that's bullshit. And I believe they tell people that is because remember, the people they get money off of people's insurances. They know
Mhm.
like so it's like it's like you tell them you can't sleep, you can't self medicate yourself. They want you to use Ambien. You know why? Because that's what pays their salary.
Mhm.
Government. The FDA, they want to pump us with all this type of garbage and stuff like that. Like I just started smoking weed not that long ago, like as far as 2 years ago.
Hey,
Not because I thought that I'll be addicted to it, but I could start and stop if I wanted to. If I wanted to. I'm not. It's not taking over my life. It helps me sleep, and it gives me this creative thought process
exactly.
behind me, and I'm sure you got the same thought process behind you too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The funny thing,
Mhm.
I stopped smoking weed in January this year, so I've clean for like 8 months now, 9 months.
Mhm.
But with that being said, I believe like green weed is green, so it comes from if you get the good weed, the real weed, it comes from, I
The
guess,
ground.
natural. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can grow it, it has seeds. Um, so with that being said, like you said with the pharmacies and all that, I don't give a fuck about no pharmacy. Like I don't take
Yeah.
no. Okay, so listen, my last show I was supposed to go to
Yeah.
had I was performing in my crib right here,
Hmm.
in my crib, and I'm warming up for the show. Back spasm. Ah,
Yeah.
oh my! I couldn't walk. Had to literally crawl to the door and let the ambulance in. My
Ooh.
They put me on a stretcher. I'll tell you, my back is killing me. I'm like, yelling mad hard. No
Yeah.
tears, almost tears. That's how back spasm is one of the worst.
Yeah.
Go to the hospital. They give me the IV, whatever. And you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, take these pills. Don't walk home. I did the total opposite. Walked home because it was up. I tell you, this hill is steep, steep hill.
Hmm.
Walk the hill. I'm walking across the street. Almost got hit by a car. I had to literally put my hand out because I couldn't really walk. But I'm like, yo, it felt like I couldn't walk. So why the fuck would I not walk? You want me to just get in an Uber and go home? No, I'm gonna do the opposite of what they said. You think I took any pills? Hell no. I'm like, all right, this is my subscription. This is my pills. All right, cool. Never went there. And everything is natural with me. Either
Yeah.
that or herbs. I believe in the earth.
Hmm.
I'm an earth sign. I'm a Virgo. So I
Yeah.
believe in the earth. I don't believe in no doctors healing you from this and that and the third. Nah, I'm not taking no pills. I don't give a fuck. Call me what you want to call me. I'm with the earth. A lot of people don't believe in the spiritual world or being spiritual, but listen, at the end of the day, this don't mean nothing. Everything that's around me don't. This computer that I'm talking to you on don't mean nothing. This
Yeah.
phone don't mean nothing. Nothing means nothing unless it's part of the earth to me. Because when you die, where you going? You either going in the ground, which I don't believe in. I'm gonna get cremated, and that's it. And your soul's going, your spirit's gonna be in the earth. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can't die with all this shit. So fuck it. It don't mean nothing to me.
I feel you on that. Cause why do you think people get wrapped up in materialistic things anyway?
Look at what's all around us. Like, look at what's around us. Like, we on a podcast right now, right?
Yeah.
You was influenced by a podcast, right?
Yeah.
You was influenced by the way the mic make you sound, by the way the camera
Mhm.
make you look, and you know what I'm saying? So you influence. So influence is everything. Who's influenced? The media. The media puts that in front of you. Oh, you need this, you need that. Oh,
Yeah.
you need that. Money gives you this, money gives you that, money gets you this, money gets you that. If you don't have this amount of money, you're a bum, you're poor, you're broke. No. Money doesn't mean nothing because when you print out a dollar bill, the same thing that's on a dollar bill is $100 bill. It's the same sheet of paper with just a different word on it. That's it.
Hmm.
So it has no value. Anything that's man-made has no value. Point blank,
Yeah,
period.
you're right about that.
Has no value. I don't care what you say. You can believe it has value. It has no value.
Yeah, because like you said, somebody makes it and prints it. Because it's like I'm thinking about it. We live in the United States, and you're supposed to be one of the greatest countries in the world. But like it should be no reason why nobody's poor. But we all know why that is. Because if it wasn't for like, remember, these agencies only work if somebody needs them. So I do believe that there's a setup to why people like. Okay, one of my boys, he's a social worker. He did it for 5 years. He told me that a lot of these shelters,
Hmm.
they purposely try to keep people in them.
Exactly.
They
Nobody's in the
pur-
house. Nobody got a
yeah,
job.
they would say, okay, like for example, there's a lot of shelter facilities in the five boroughs in New York City. Speaking for New York City, you go to one, like if you get placed in one particular shelter, they will tell you that you don't qualify for a voucher. But on the other hand, you go to another place, they will tell you, or you go to the Coalition for the Homeless, they will tell you that you do. So, okay, which one is it? And why do they tell people that? Why? They tell people that because they're trying to keep you there. They're definitely trying to keep you there because without you, they have no business.
See, with this world, though, everything is material. I just opened the business. This is my line right here, Carrie Bartel. You know what I'm saying? My clothing brand just launched the 14th.
Mhm.
So I understand. This means a lot to me, but at the same time, material means nothing. But I understand business is business. But like you said, they're there for your business. And it means absolutely dog sh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I appreciate life, but if you ask me what do I really care about, I care about the earth. You know what I'm saying? And family. Because they came from actually natural things, like a human. Like my mom came from another human, I came from a human. So that's the things I care about.
right. As
That's the
you,
things I care
yeah,
about.
as you should, because yeah, materials like you said, chains, money, and all this other stuff. Sure, we need it to survive, but if you're not happy what you're doing to make money, then that's basically all you're doing is you're making the money, but you're not letting the money. You're letting the money make you. You're not making the money.
Hmm.
Like one of my boys said last night. Like he's gonna be the one that the money come to him by doing what he does. Because if you know what like you see if you know what you're talking about, people's gonna come to you for stuff. They're gonna offer you lots of money for stuff. Like as far okay, for example, I like I astral projected something earlier today. I thought about one of my videos randomly going viral, and I get like a offer from like Spotify because they like my show, and they'll offer me a big contract. So I'll ask them this: what's in it for me?
Hmm.
If they bring up the dollar signs, I'm like, that's all fine, that's great, but what's really in it for me?
Hmm.
Do I get ownership of my stuff? Whether you kick me off your platform or not, because I don't want to give you the rights to my stuff because you're paying me. And then the moment I say something that you don't like, you get rid of me.
And they own your
And
shit.
then you own my shit. So I have shit when I leave there. So basically, what I did was I took money over my integrity and what I created.
Money don't mean anything, but to a lot of
Exactly.
people it does. It does. A lot of people would have took that. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take the money.
Hmm.
Okay, take the money. Take the money. Take the money. A lot of people do a lot of strange shit for money too, but we're not gonna
Yeah.
go into that. But
Hmm.
that's why people, even in school, just look at this. Or school, or you ever remember them days? And then we gonna have a real adult conversation.
Yeah.
Kids randomly be like, "Yo, would you kiss a dude for $10 million?" And some dude said yes, and some dude said no. Hell no. 100 million? Hell
No.
no, nigga. I don't like dudes. You crazy?
Yo.
but you actually had that conversation. So, as and this is when we like 14,
Yeah.
15. Just imagine what they'll do for some nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Hmm.
experiment. People like, yo, would you, you know, a dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They like, oh, nobody knows. Sure, why not? Some people
Hmm.
do it. Me, hell no. None of that. That it doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? We gotta live, we survive. Of course, I'm not no bum. I don't live on the street. You know what I'm saying? I got my own shit. But if you really ask me the value of it, it means nothing. Things I care most about is myself, my
Yeah.
family, the energy I'm around, the earth. I care about my music, and I care about the energy that I keep and what I'm projecting. So I'm here. Anytime you hear me, I'm going to spit some knowledge on you. It's never just going to be a dull talk like, yeah, I was just throwing back bottles and drinking, and you know what I'm saying. That's cool. Live your life. I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying. I don't care. But me personally, a lot of things don't mean nothing to me. So a lot of people can't share my bubble. We can't do a lot. We can't go out. We can't go eat. I probably don't eat what you don't eat. So that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's not gonna get me. Oh yeah, I can't go out. Who cares? Life.
Hmm. I just have to ask you another question. Because I'll be seeing like like when you post on Facebook, I'll see people commenting sometimes, and one comment stuck out to me. It said something about you disappearing. Like, why did that person say you disappeared? Like, what is that about?
Oh, you
I
talking
mean,
about? Okay,
I don't
okay.
believe I don't believe you disappeared. I believe you just like you just left to get your mind right. That's
Um, I think in life you just grow, and sometimes you just grow from people too,
right.
and you understand that no matter how long I know you, no matter like once I grow, if you don't grow, like your vibe could be, let's just say, it'd be a cool person, right?
Hmm.
Cool person. They have their ways, they have their flaws.
Yeah.
They smoke cigarettes all the time. That's bad energy. I don't give a fuck how cool you are. I don't care about like you smoke cigarettes all the time. So when I go around you, I gotta smell like cigarettes. I gotta inhale that. That's bad vibes. You
Right.
know, and you possibly don't have to be mean to me, but that's bad vibes.
Mm.
And bad vibes for me, I can't be around.
I understand.
You know,
Yeah. To elaborate what you just said. Yeah. It doesn't like like you don't have to get bad vibes from somebody being just straight up mean or whatever.
exactly. It could be.
It's their energy. Like if they have no ambition and you do, you're gonna be like, I don't want to be around this.
Mm-hmm,
That's how come I really stay to myself.
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm.
everybody, everybody, like I don't get invited to a lot of places, and it's from people I personally know. Like before, I used to get bent out of shape about it. Like, okay, how come I'm never included? But then again, it's like, do I really want to be included in this stuff? Not really. It
Bro,
really ends what they're
we,
doing.
hold on. When we had functions that was going on, you would come to a party when we was younger. You would leave, bro. That wasn't your scene. You'll be there for a little while. Be like, yo, where you going? I'm out. I'm out. So that was never your scene. So you was getting bent up out of shape for no reason because that wasn't your environment, bro. You always
Exactly. You're
like we
right.
party. Will be dancing with a female before the night is over. Well, he's gone. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, you're right about.
Fuck.
And
So
what
it's
it's
not your
it.
scene.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I don't remember.
Not your scene, bro. It's not your scene. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of I never got bent out of shape. But the thing is, though, when you are like when you do your own thing and you on your own bubble, you are lonely at times. But once you master that and you feel like fuck that, you know what I'm saying? You still got people you can hit up, you can talk to. That's
Yeah,
cool. You know what I'm saying? But once you master just being alone and not needing somebody energy around, not needing waking up, oh, I gotta be in a relationship because I need somebody to text me when I
yeah,
wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's female shit. Females primarily need because they're nurturers. So they need somebody to be around. As a guy, if you can't be alone, if you're always needy, always want to be up under a female, you got problems, though. You got
you're
problems.
right about that. Because
Serious.
it took me 4 years to learn that, and it like I had to do therapy back in 2018. I decided to just do it,
Hmm.
and it helps. It changed me a lot because I'm man enough to admit that I was getting bent out of shape for absolutely no reason because it wasn't my scene. So what the hell am I getting mad for? You see, when you're fighting demons and going through a dark time, you get mad at stuff that you shouldn't be getting mad about. So
Fact.
that was one of me. That was one of mine. Then I was so eager to find somebody, and it was like I was like putting it on Facebook, and then I'll see the negative comments that I'll get from like some people. Even though I don't mind talking about it because I'm an open person,
Hmm.
but some people who jump on these posts, they don't have your best interests at heart. They want to dog you,
Hmm.
or they have a misconception of what you want. You see, I want somebody to build a foundation with. That's what I want. And
Hmm.
I got frustrated because I wanted to come already when maybe it's not my time for it. So I had to find myself like, I was in one early this year. Then that got to the point that went south, so I had to leave that because if I would have stayed, who knows what would have happened. That probably would have probably set me back another 10 years because people no nothing against people with kids, but if you have it at a certain age,
Fuck that.
if you have kids at a certain age, you're setting yourself back, especially when you have it any teens. You're setting yourself back financially because it's like you no longer that your priorities, your money, it's not yours no more. It's for your kid. If you're a real parent, if you're not, if you're one of those people who like to go to the club,
Leave the kids with grandma.
grandparents and shit, and I'll see they ass more than their kids on Instagram and Facebook and whatever. Screw you. You're not a real parent. At that point, you're just a breeder. But I get what you're saying. Those are stuff that I had like. It takes a man, it takes a woman or whatever to admit where they have problems
Hmm.
and self accountability.
Yep.
So I'm glad you came on here and told me some stuff. And you had to check me just now. I got mad for absolutely nothing because it's true.
No reason, bro. That's not your secret.
And
Us as humans, we are social beings.
yeah,
So we literally have to socialize. Like, you know what I'm saying? We literally have to socialize. Like, that's just in our nature, point blank, period. But to be needy and to need somebody and want to just be all up on them, like, oh my God, like, it's cool. It's cool to be by yourself. You just got to learn
yeah,
how to do it. You got to learn how to do it. You got to be strong enough. Some people are not.
yes,
This is mostly for dudes. A lot of dudes need a female. They need to have some ass. And that's part of your lower self. Like, dog,
I'm just gonna tell you something right now.
yeah,
I actually went over a year without doing shit. Without,
that's power. That's power.
because what I wanted, I like it's like one of those things that if it came to me, it came to me. I
Yeah.
wasn't out there looking for it
Mhm.
because what I want is I don't want a booty call because that's boring.
You got to chase.
Because it's easy to get.
You got
What
to
I
end.
mean by that, like, it's not me bragging. It's not anybody bragging. It
Yeah.
is easy, especially in 2020.
Hmm.
You can either buy it or you can either buy the shit or get somebody that that's wham bam thank you man material. Like somebody that's easy as shit, easier than a math problem.
That shit.
Anybody can get something like that.
Yeah. After a certain while, just fucking random chicks is like, this shit is whack.
Boring.
It's whack after a while. Like, especially if you ain't got your shit together. You ain't got your
Yeah.
shit. Just
Hmm.
girls, chasing ass, got a girl, she wanna go out. You dipping in your pocket, your
Yeah.
bag to take take her out or take her and her friends out, go on a double date, go on a triple date, you know what I'm saying? Go on vacation, go here. When you're dead broke, you don't have nothing to your name, you don't have none of this material shit. You don't even have the basic necessities as a man, but you want to be
Yeah.
in a female's face. You want to talk to a female. You want to have a female over wherever you're staying, or you want to go shack up and live with a female. Like, dog, there's a lot of weak dudes out here, and they
Yeah.
like that's cool to live with a female. Nah, it's not cool.
Oh God, simps.
It's not cool. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, fellas, it's the message from Famous to you. Learn how to control your emotions. Learn how to stop just wanting to fuck everything that moves. At a certain age, you just gotta be like, you know what? Put some standards on your shit. You know what I'm saying? Put some standards on your piece. You ain't got
Yeah.
out there slinging it to a female. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if you tell a dude that, they look at you, what? What? Hey,
because they feel that that's a title to them. Like how much girls you get. That's why like a few episodes ago I say that the popular people, that's in school or the popular person on the block, to
mhm,
me those are the biggest simps. Because remember, they're trying to dog you, trying to tell you that you don't get no cooch. But what are they doing? They're the ones that's dressing the fly and all this other stuff. They're doing it to do what? To impress a female. What
mhm,
what they're doing is they're trying to stop the person that they feel that they're above, so they won't get to where you are. So oh my god, like people don't think. People don't think. It's crazy.
it's a cycle.
So yeah. So yeah, it's you sometimes you have to embrace being alone. Like
Yes.
I travel, like no, I travel either I travel alone or I'm with one of my boys. That's it.
Hmm.
Like
It's
I
nothing wrong with having a female companion. It's
hanging.
nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, people can't live without females. I can't live without females either. But that's not my number one priority. I wake up and think
Yeah,
about, why no female text me, or why I could have that, but I curve a lot. That's my thing. Like I curve a lot. Like I could be talking to a female and then she like, she may throw some hints and I know it's hints and I just like I respond to the regular. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not on that wave. Like it's
honestly speaking, hints are for kids. I'm sorry if you're a woman out here and you're still trying to throw hints. Just don't talk to that person. Either you tell them how you feel, or just don't talk to that person at all, because we're too old for that.
Mhm.
All I ask, if I'm talking to anybody, no matter if it's a female or somebody I'm trying to do business with or interviewing for, like for that matter,
Mhm.
be detailed when you speak. Don't have me have to try to figure out what you're trying to tell me,
Okay.
because that's gonna turn me off. Because we dealt with that over here already. You
Mhm.
should be mature enough to tell anybody what you want. Do you want a commitment? Tell them that you want a commitment. If you just want to screw, tell them, say that. Be direct. That's all. Talking about hints. Okay. I love the way you respond. You respond in regular because that's how I'll do too.
Mhm.
I'll answer like nonchalant. I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, you
Like
know what I'm
I'm not
saying?
gonna push because I don't have the energy for it.
And you know what it is too? I did a lot of fucking- I did a lot of it. So you know what I'm saying? Like I got that phase out of my system, like
Same.
that I got that phase out of my system where I was just like going crazy and just what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
was that's at one point in my life that's all I was doing was just chasing females and just screwing, 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 and screwing. But after as you get older and you get more wiser and you get more like, I'm more spiritual now, so I don't look at females as such objects like I do before. Like
Hmm.
they were just like, oh, I just want to fuck, and then
Yeah.
you get girlfriends, and then you see feelings is something that I don't really want to indulge too deep in because like it's hard to break out of, especially with a female. Like you got a bond. It's certain bonds that you have with certain people
Yeah.
and like sometimes that's the hardest thing to break out. So just any relationship, you could be in a relationship with your friend and y'all break up and not talk, but a year later you still have memories and you
Yeah.
still think of them and they still in your subconscious. So relationships is hard to break out of. So I try to stay away from that and you know what I'm saying and be cordial as possible. So another let's just segue to what we was kind of talking about earlier. I know you're gonna have a female guest, but like even now, like a lot of people what they do, they use social media. I got social media, I got business. I got a
Right.
business I run, right? I got a
Hmm.
business I run. So I'm using social media to contact clients and do things like that. I'm not
Yeah.
on social media sliding in females' DMs, asking them what's good, what's your number, where you from. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I used to do. I used to do that when Twitter was popping. I used to
Yeah.
do it when Instagram first started popping. I don't slide in your DM to ask you what's good, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do business with you. If I ever slide in your DM on Instagram, if I
Yeah.
know, you know what I'm saying, I might say what's up, or I might flirt with you here and there. But
Right.
other than that, I'm not sliding in no DM. I'm running down on you.
Yeah.
I'm running down on you like the natural way so you can feel my vibe and you can just know if you want to talk to me, if you don't want to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, I'm not sliding. 10 times out of 10, I'm not sliding in your DM to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? I gotta literally know. Like, if I know the female, then I can flirt with her in a DM because, but I'm not. That's not my initial thing.
Yeah,
My initial approach is I'd rather see you in person. That way you can curve because a lot of times when I did slide in DMs,
yeah,
a lot of females would curve the shit out of me. But then I will run into them in person, and then they will be like this, breaking their neck when they see me, and then I do the same thing. I curve because I'm
yeah,
like, I was in your DM when you see me in person. So I realized, like, you know what I'm saying, that DM is not for me. I'm not the person that you're gonna be left on red because
yeah.
you may not get an answer from me ever again. So if you leave me on red, I see you in person, I'm gonna curve the shit out you. You know. So
Yeah, it's like a lot of these females out here is like a lot. Okay, like for example, I'll be on these dating websites. Well, when I used to go on them,
mhm.
I'll go. No, I'll message them. I'll pay them a compliment. That'll be my approach. Instead of me sending pictures of my meat to them, like I don't be doing that. I don't know if you're a guy, you're doing that. You're a loser. Like
Yeah.
you're a loser, bro. It's like they doing it to anybody. They're not even analyzing the people they're sending it to. They just think that that's the wave. Guess what, bro? It's not. But anyway, I'll just send them a compliment. I'll like compliment their physical features, like their eyes and smile and stuff like that.
Mhm.
No, I have like they'll just leave me on red, or they'll say I'm not interested. Okay, how come you're not interested? Even though they don't owe me an explanation, but it goes to my mind. I'm like, why they not like you didn't get to have a conversation with me. So how like it's like they say that they don't go for looks because that's what they put in their bio,
Fuck
but
that.
really they're going for looks
Fuck that.
because I told you I complimented you and your response was not interested. Okay, next.
That's the thing with the dating sites, man.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Like I see a female 9 times out of 10, even now. Like if I want to talk to her, I gotta say something. If not. But 9 times out of 10, I see a female. Um, she may look good to the average person that see her, but to me, she don't look good. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm big on certain things. I ain't even gonna get on it because it's gonna get to a whole another subject. But I see a female walking down a block and she may look good to the average person, but I walk right past her. If I see somebody that I do like,
Hmm.
I'll stop and say something. But you know what I'm saying? I'll be chilling, man. I'll really be chilling. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I already know I'm a handsome brother. I got, you know what I'm saying? I know I look in the mirror, so I know how I look, I know how I feel, I know how I act, I know how I move, I know I'm in shape, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm just eye candy for certain females, not all because not every female gonna think you look good, but I know I got good looks, I got good genes thanks to my moms,
yeah.
my pops. But at the same time, I'm not thirsty. I'm far from thirsty. Like I would make you look like you just nobody. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel too. I don't break my neck. Like if okay with me, if I was going Instagram or Facebook and I see that unless I know you personally or if I really think the picture's fire, if I go in there and I see that that person has over 100 something likes, I'm not liking it. I'm not reacting. Some people might call it petty, but I'm not. I'm not gonna give. I'm not gonna boost your ego,
Mhm.
especially the ones that don't say thank you when you compliment them. Like, no, screw you. I'm not. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just gonna look. If I say, I'll say it to myself. Oh, she looked nice, or
Mhm.
she's a dime. Next, I'll go to something else that's on my Instagram feed. I do
Mhm.
it all the time. And
Yeah.
like before I forget, I was gonna mention this. This is a pet peeve of mine personally. I guess I think it's a pet peeve of all guys. The females that leave these one word ass answers, but want you to communicate with them still.
Mhm.
Have you ever got one of those? Because I've got a few of those. Like
Definitely, man.
they'll leave one word responses, and then something be bothering them, and then when you ask them about it, they don't want to talk about it. So okay, what do you write me for then? You want us to have these generic ass conversations? No, if I can't conversate with you, then don't hit me up.
You know what you get? You know what they get if they one word double tap on the comment and that's it. I won't
Mhm. Yeah, I be doing that too.
double tap. You put okay and I ask you a question or your answer's bland,
Yeah,
I'll leave you on scene or some shit like that. I don't have
yeah.
time.
Or you know what I do? I leave my because I be like for those of you who got me on Facebook and Instagram, there's an emoji. There's a certain emoji that I use a lot, and people, I guess people wonder why I use it.
Mhm.
That cat emoji, because on Facebook it looks like it has a smirk. So that's why I use it. And I usually use it when somebody says something that I believe to be stupid.
Mm,
Shit. So I just put it there. Or I just use it to troll.
mm,
And people be on there and yo, why you put that? But they the ones the same people that be complaining about it is the ones that troll other people.
mm,
So now I'm doing it, but I'm doing it in a creative way.
mm.
I'm not gonna go on your what you call to try to rag on you. I'm gonna do it my own way. See, they don't get it. But
Mhm.
yeah, females these days, they're most of them that I deal with or have dealt with, they lack communication skills in a lot of areas. A lot.
It's because there's so much attention that they get. If a lot of females get a lot of attention, you got to think average females probably get 10 DMs, 15 DMs, 30 likes, 40 comments.
Yep.
A female, that's a lot. And then what females like to do is another trick that they like to do. Let's just think before this pandemic happened, um, they'll walk down the street and multiple guys holler at them, and they could give 10 dudes their number that one day, 20. Just think, in a day, how many dudes holler at females? Let's just say she give her number to every dude that holler at her. Let's say it's 30 dudes, and she
Right.
look.
Hmm.
One of them get her number, but out of that 30 dudes, she probably only gonna holler back at one.
Yeah.
And next day, let's think. So now her texts are full. Her shit say 500 texts.
Yeah.
She hasn't opened them.
Hmm.
Reason being, there's a lot of dudes in there just texting. She just do that to boost her ego. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing with Instagram. Same thing.
Hmm.
Same thing. Same thing. Same thing on Facebook. Same thing with Snapchat story. Same
Yeah.
thing. All of that. So that's the formula.
Yeah.
Ego boosters. They get a lot of attention, and you know what I'm saying. It's just much harder for dudes to really like.
Yes. And I'll tell people that, and it's like they don't want to factor that in. They don't want to factor they don't want to factor the fact that guys shoot their shot more than girls shoot their shot. So because there's a lot of girls that will advocate and say, I'll never text a person first. I'll never text a dude first. And I'm like,
Speaking, bitch.
that's a lot of females. So it's like you can't say that you guys have it harder. Why? Because y'all get a lot of like dick pics and stuff. Sometimes the reason why people get dick pics, well, females in particular, is because they post these half naked ass pictures. They they post pictures in their fishnets or in their drawers and stuff, or in their nightgown, and they post it on Instagram, and they wonder why people be sending them pictures of them nutting in their hand and shit, like thirsty ass guys. Like I can't stand them. Those are the ones that will. That's the reason why the on what's this only fans pages. That's the reason why that's in business because of simps.
Yeah, it just
Because of simps.
yo, no lie, and this is some real shit.
Mm-hmm. Speak it.
I don't even fucking watch porno no more. I'm so desensitized. I mean, I'm so like so off of that generic shit. It's like, yo, if anything, I'm going. A bitch is coming to my house, and we're gonna fuck. Other
Yeah.
than that, I'm not watching no porno. I'm not doing like. I'm tired of this fake shit. Like, I need the real thing. That's it. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm at a point where I need the real thing. I
Yeah.
don't. Even if females look good, like I'm on my old Instagram, I'm looking like, oh, she look good. Who that? I go back to her pictures, and the the thoughts that I really used to have before it didn't really come back. I was like, oh, she looked good. Now I'm just able to skip through. You know what I'm saying? I may go to a profile, but I get off within 5 to 10 seconds and then go to the next one or
Yeah.
whatever it may be because it got mostly females on this. I'm like, oh, I got some bad females up here. But
Mhm.
mine, I just launched a brand.
Yeah.
So now that brand, I don't got no pictures on it. I don't got nothing. So what I'm gonna do is use that to promote to the females. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
So I was thinking like, oh, I got a lot of female. I need to start making some female products. So that was the thing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, females today in the dating scene today is just it's horrible. It's to the point that, like you said, I don't watch porn no more neither. Anytime somebody wants me to watch it, I'm like, why? Why would I want to watch two random people have sex when we could just do it ourselves or make our own video?
That's a fact.
Like, come on. Like, why are we watching these people on Pornhub? In fact, it actually reminds me episode that I did of the William Green Experience on Spreaker last year. I did a segment on premium Snapchat. I posted the audio on Instagram. What a link. Posted a link on Instagram, the audio link. Or was it or was it actual audio? But I posted one of them on Instagram, and one of the chicks hit me up that has one saying, she said fuck Pornhub. And I'm like, why fuck Pornhub? That's where you get the money at. She's talking about, well, I feel more comfortable um doing it in my own house than being on camera and doing it in a bunch of fun strange people. I'm like, but you're posting on the internet though. You're doing the same thing. Either
Yeah.
way, you're putting the media out there,
Yep.
and the funny thing is, I go look on her, what you call it. She looks, she's below average at best. So the reason why you don't want to do Pornhub is because you know that you're mediocre. So that's why you have to use Snapchat Premium, because you think that's easy.
But not only that, let me tell you something about Pornhub, because I don't even want to keep mentioning their name for the simple reason, because I just mentioned porno, but that's one of the main sites. They
Mhm.
got a lot of rapists going on Pornhub, so they got a lot of videos of young females getting raped on there, and they're approving the videos of it.
Oh
Like
no.
girls, teenagers, they say it's teen sex. That's really teen sex. I didn't know that, and it was a girl who she was kidnapped and I guess like sexually molested
Oh
and
God.
found out because she saw her on Pornhub. She was getting raped on Pornhub. And I'm like,
Hmm.
wow. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those things that I believe, and I'm gonna tell you that what videos that I don't know, this is allegedly, but a lot of videos that I think that's really like where they kidnapping people is the ones where you ever see the girls come out like out from underground and they're in the dungeon and
Yeah.
the torture sex where they tie them up and they
Yeah.
smack them. I think those are really victims that they really fucking kidnap and they just making a video of it. I think it's just like people with money and power. They're putting this up there. But yeah, it's a lot of people who complain about that. So I ain't even gonna give them no more light. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I had no idea that was going on with them. I'll never mention them again on the show.
Let me go to their site.
I'll never mention them again. I had no idea they was doing any of that garbage.
I didn't know that either till somebody told me. They was
Oh
like,
God.
I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. All right, let me stop going there.
Screw them. But yeah,
I watch.
back to the dating scene. The
Mhm.
dating scene for guys, and and honestly speaking, I'm at the point that I'm actually confident that no woman could convince me otherwise.
What?
That that girls have it harder than men as far as dating and finding a mate.
Um,
I I'm convinced that nope. I'm convinced
I think
that
it's.
nobody can tell me otherwise.
You know why it's a toss up? All right, let's put it like this.
It's a toss up.
Yep, and I'll tell you why. I'm not saying that it's
Okay.
because you got to be confident with yourself, one, and
Yeah.
two, you got to look at it like this.
Right.
Females talk to dudes, but a lot of the dudes that they talk to ain't the guy that they really want. So they
Mhm.
go to all these applications, talk to all these dudes. You got to think if a
Yeah.
female goes on 5 dates a week,
Yeah.
that's time out her day. She got to prep to get ready. Whether
Mhm.
like a female can have 5 dates a week. You
Yeah.
know, literally with that talking phase, and then a dude do something she don't like, and then she curves. So you got to
Yeah.
think females, they trial and error more than anything. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So for them, you you be lucky if you go on a date with a female nowadays because it's a
Mhm.
lot of shit that's going on. Not saying it's impossible. You just got to put the time in. It's not impossible. Of course, anybody can go on a date, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Now I'm
Yeah.
talking about the probability of you getting a date. What I'm saying is it's easier for a female to get a date than a guy.
Oh hell, what?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by the dating scene.
Hell yeah, what?
Because it's all about communication, right? So it's like you talk to them to get an opportunity to go out on a date with that person to try to get to know them,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to doing it online, because everybody wants to do the face to face. That's why I find it strange that you know I guess they think it's proper etiquette for a guy to ask a female to meet up, like, right away, and without getting to know that person. I mean, I see it on both sides. It's like some females think it's too soon.
Hold on, you right. Some females is like, why you talking to me? You're not taking me out. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you this. Listen,
Mhm.
female, I didn't, no, I don't take no females on no real dates unless we had some type of communication. I'm not just taking you out because I met you. I thought you
Yeah,
wanted to get to know me. You wanted to get to know me. Why you can't talk? Why we can't talk on the phone for 10, 15 minutes? It don't
yeah,
got to be 30 minutes. Why we can't text? Why we can't just catch up, see what you're doing?
yeah.
I'm not just taking you out because I met you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. We can do that, but we can do that too. But at a certain time, I don't always want to take you out. How about if I don't like the way you know your lingo? I don't want to waste no time, so I do want to talk. And if hey, some females be like, why you get my number if you ain't talking? If you're not trying to take me out? I
But
couldn't even tell
most
you.
of the time, the reason for that is because of them, because they don't know how to communicate. And in fact, I'm going to bring up something right now that I remember from last year. There was this girl that I was talking to on a site called Badu, and sometimes females give off what their intentions are, eh, just through conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because okay, what happened was she was telling me about a date that she went on, right? And what she did was she invited a guy to go to the hookah bar with them. She sent me the invite, but I couldn't go because I had to go to work the next day. Otherwise, I probably would have went, but I didn't feel like going. I didn't feel like leaving my house because I just ran some errands. I went shopping. I was tired of shit, so I wasn't gonna go. So a few days after that, she tells me about the date that she had there, or the person that she end up inviting, and the person didn't pay for her drinks and shit. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wait a minute, you invited a guy so she can buy you stuff at a hookah bar. Like what?
She invited him out and expected him to pay.
Yeah, she invited that man out and expected him to flip the bill.
I mean, he could have did it, but like if a female invite you, I'm not saying don't do it, but female invite you out, she better be paying or she better be paying for her own shit or
Yeah,
something. Like, cause you open your, it's whoever invites that person out, supposed to pay. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Like why? It's like, why would you invite somebody out to pay your bill? If that's the case, why go in the first place?
Exactly. See, that's the thing. That's the trick. And a lot of dudes probably like, "What? Are you crazy? Are you
Yes,
crazy? Like you ain't paying the bill?" Listen, she invited me out for me to pay her bill. No, I
yes.
him
Mind you, she was already there.
exactly. Come on.
She was already there. So basically, what she did was she she invited somebody that was probably somewhere else to come to the bar to chill so he can pay for the hookah or whatever the hell they was gonna pay for. And I'm
Fuck.
like,
You
who does that? So with that information, that threw off a red flag. So then the next time I spoke to her, she brings up a time she was trying to set up a date with another guy. And the guy suggested they go to the park and chill, which is fine. It's nothing wrong with chilling in the park as a date.
Nah, it's not. There's
It's
no.
nothing wrong with that at all. In
Nope.
fact, the girl that I'm a girl I used to talk to. Well, I'm still friends with her now. I met her at Dunkin' Donuts. That's where we met at. Back like 5 years ago, we met there. We didn't go to no fancy bar and anything like that. But yeah, he wanted to go to the park, and she was like, "Why?" Like he said, the park. That's what she said. He was like, she want to go to the park. Like, and then verbatim, she said the problem was he didn't want to spend no money. Okay, why should he spend money on you? What are you giving him?
He just met her.
They just met.
Oh yeah,
What are you give? What is he? What are you giving that man that he like? She feels entitled. He has, and then looking at her pictures, she doesn't look like somebody you should trick on anyway. She looks like, I'm sorry, I know I don't look the bombest, but if you're gonna talk that talk and be high demanding, make sure you look like the person that's high demanding. Like, make sure you look like Rihanna or Beyonce. Make sure you look like them. Don't look like somebody that I'll find at the train station.
facts.
Don't.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you on that. I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. The entitlement, a lot of it's not just females, but a lot of people feel like they're entitled to stuff.
Yes.
Not entitled to nothing but just the air you breathe, and that's it. And waking up for the next day. You're not entitled to a guy taking care of you, or vice versa. A guy, you're not entitled to a female inviting you to our house or
Yeah.
giving you some ass. And you're not. Nobody's entitled to anything.
Yeah. And I call them fuckboys, the ones that feel like they're entitled to stuff from females. Like they don't have to write you back. They
Exactly.
don't. They don't. You like. They don't have to go to your house, or you don't have. They don't. They don't have to give up the goods to you
Mm-hmm.
on the first try.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the difference. People think people get the different people get the term alpha male confused with being a dick. I noticed. You could be an alpha male. An alpha male is just somebody who stands up for themselves and stands their ground. That's all I ever saw an alpha male like as far as alpha males like that's the only thing I see. An alpha male is somebody that stands their ground and stands up for themselves and not take shit from anybody.
In every situation, every
Yes, every situation, whether it be dates, jobs.
regular life, yeah.
Yes,
You don't let
like
nobody run over you or anything.
yeah, like when you at a job, you don't have to be a slave or a robot at work. If it's something that's unreasonable, say something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I believe that's the reason why I was fired from my last job, is because I stood up for myself a lot. You ain't gonna dog me. Like for example, some guy he tried to come at me talking about because the okay, I used to work at Old Navy on 34th Street, right?
Mm-hmm.
And part of the thing part of what process is when you come to work, you clock in, you take a picture. Well, not take a picture, but that's what I used to do. But there's something called the face-to-face board that you have to look at before you go to your floor. Because my store is multiple floors, and I worked in the men's floor, was the second floor. So I had to go to the second floor to check in with a manager. Now I went from there to working at a store at 86th Street. Now their procedures are different, but they never told me what the process was. So I'm still thinking that I'm doing the same thing I did at the place I used to work at. So he tried to call himself talking about who's where you supposed to be working at today. I don't know. I'm trying to find somebody to tell me. So he's like, so usually, so just go downstairs and check with a manager down there. So you won't be wandering around. I'm like, wandering around? Dude, I wasn't wandering around. I
Uh,
was looking for you to tell me where to go. Because obviously I don't know because I didn't know that I have to wait for somebody down there to tell me to come up here. Because that's not how I worked where I was at. So you got people like that, that's how you stand up for yourself. You don't just let it ruin your day and just be acquiescent to what they say. You stand up for yourself. If they don't like it, tell them to fire you.
facts.
A lot of these people, like a lot of people today, they don't know how to stand up for themselves. I used to be that way when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be passive aggressive as shit. Now I'm telling you how I feel. If you don't like it, tough. That's your problem. That's a you problem. Not me.
It's a fact.
That's the definition of alpha male. Not you being a dick to females. Not you calling. Oh, you okay? For example, I was in a McDonald's in Utica Avenue and Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn. Roster dude came and hollered at the girl that works in McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to talk to her. She ignored him. His response after that was, "Stupid bitch, that's why you flip burgers." She was flipping burgers. She was flipping burgers when you hollered at her. So what changed, you dumb fuck?
Oh shit! Oh shit! This nigga said you stupid bitch. You flipping burgers. Oh yeah.
He was flipping burgers. She was flipping burgers when you right before you hollered at her
Oh,
because you came in McDonald's. So what else could she be doing? Selling her cooch?
oh wow. Yo, that shit got me teary eyed. That was funny, bro. I needed that laugh. Wow.
So, you, I keep it a buck. I advocate for guys, but you're a fuck boy. I'm not advocating for you because you are full blown retarded after that. I'm
Oh,
sorry if that's too harsh, but that's what you are. You're stupid.
yo, that man is wicked. He's wicked, bro.
He is. He's an idiot. And you see, I believe that's what makes it hard for guys too. Is because they think that we're all like that.
Ah,
We're not all like that. You have to choose wisely who you pick. Just like guys have to choose wisely who they pick.
thanks.
If you pick somebody that's toxic and you choose to stay with them, then I don't want to hear you tell me anything because the only thing I'm going to tell you is to leave that person. And if you don't want to leave them, then that's tough. You're going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, that was funny though. Keep going, though. Oh, I needed that. Yeah, you know what's crazy? One thing that I am missing in life right now is good laughs. I don't get good laughs in life. I get good smiles, I
Yeah,
get good joy, but I don't get them good laughs. I need more laughs. I need to somehow manifest more good laughs because that was funny.
I love to laugh, especially when I'm smacked. I laugh a lot. A lot.
If I was on the same wave, I think I'd be laughing way more because a lot of shit, man. That's one of my best things in life, like laughing. Oh man, that opens my spirit up so much.
Yeah, I'll tell you another story. Because when I was working there,
Hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, I did something stupid. I hollered, like, I tried to shoot my shot to an 18-year-old. Because I didn't know she was 18, though.
Hmm.
I found out after the fact. But she gave me good vibes at first. So I slid on her DMs because I wanted to try to talk to her away from work and stuff.
Hmm.
Ignored me. So what I did was let it go.
Hmm.
And guess what happened after that? For some reason, she stopped speaking to me. All right. I ignored, I kept up my same routine.
Hmm.
Didn't say nothing to her. Gave her the same energy. So one time we was in the break room and she looked at me and said hello to me. But she only said hello to me because it was like mad people at the table and she knows I was sitting right there. And I guess she didn't want to make me feel bad. So I looked at her like, oh, we speaking now?
Hmm.
Felt embarrassed. So then a few months later, I heard she was talking shit. Like I heard whenever she sees me, she'll say some shit like, "Oh, you're weird," or whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute. You don't like I try like how are you mad? You try to I try to shoot my shot to you. You dubbed me. So what I did was I went on about my business. I'm not gonna sit here and cry and bitch about the shit like I would when I was younger. No. I'm just gonna move on. And like you said, you just have to ignore people. And because they don't like being ignored. They want to be the center of attention. And when you don't give them that attention, they get pissed. So they want to talk shit.
When you ignore somebody, that kills their soul. Like
It does.
their soul. People hate to be ignored. You ignore them, they feel like the world is ending.
Yeah.
So keep ignoring, man. Keep
Yeah, that's
ignoring.
all I have to do.
Word.
Damn, like it's just crazy. Like people like people is just crazy. Like that's why I wanted to do psychology right now in college because I like the way I want to know why people think the way they think in regards to a lot of stuff. It's like where's these people's thought process at? Like,
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing before we wrap this up. I'll tell you
yeah,
one thing that's gonna make you kind of slightly insane, but I don't know if it's gonna be insane or sane, but it's gonna make your mind turn a lot just because you internally trying to get in somebody's head, and you got to just see the patterns of people and why they keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over. You have to study and do a lot of studying. It's good, but with things with psychology, you already know everything is molecule. So it's like, okay, I'm sitting
yeah,
here, You told me it's a podcast. Well, I'm here this long because we trying to get some. Not saying we're trying to, but you trying to get your watch time up for your channel. You know what I'm saying? And there's other reason why. You know what I'm saying? We passing information on. We cold crossing audiences. There's so many different ways, but that's how psychology is breaking everything down to the
yeah,
molecule, as opposed to okay, I got on. I'm talking to him, but I'm here. Look, I got on my brand hair. I got on my brand hair. Got on my brand. Like this is my older clothes, but I got on my brand hair. You know what I'm saying? I'm just branding all over. So it's so much there. You got your brand on your wall. You got me right here on your screen. You got the brands right here. It's just so much that's going on that you got to break down to the molecules. So
Yeah.
definitely, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Spreaker. I forgot what you on
Yeah.
Spreaker.
It's Spreaker.com/ the William Green Experience.
Yep, yeah. Make sure y'all follow him on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Everything's on the screen. Y'all follow Famous FAMUS on all platforms, all sites, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I don't got a
Yeah.
Snapchat, YouTube, and all the other good stuff. CarrieBartel.net, not .com, because we're not communists. I'm not a communist. So my is CarrieBartel.net, and we're gonna keep it pushing.
Yeah. And I appreciate you coming on the show and telling me because there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know that you went through because not that we lost contact because we was doing our own thing.
It's a
So I
fact.
understand that. I never questioned, oh, why you disappear a lot. I'll never question that because sometimes you have to disappear in order to find your salvation.
Exactly.
Redemption.
People gotta realize that your mental space and your quality time with yourself is everything. Time is everything. So people gotta understand that time is everything. Quality time is everything. And you gotta love yourself before you love everybody else, man. You can't just say, "Oh, I love this person," because some people have bad habits that they got, and
Yeah.
and after a while, let's just say I get to a certain point, you got bad habits. All right, cool. I got bad habits. You got bad
Yeah.
habits. But my bad habits, I'm not gonna do them around you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Whatever I do bad, I'm gonna make sure I spread positive energy around. Now, if it comes out somehow, some way, then I should not be in that position or force myself to be in that position with a person or without. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna do that. So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cleansing. Life is all about cleansing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Reset, the restart. So
But follow us, man. Instagram, famous AAA,
yes, sir.
and on YouTube, same thing. And one day I gotta get you in here so you can join me so we can host a show together in here. How's that sound?
Actually, yeah, we definitely gonna do it. We're gonna chop it up behind the scenes. This is a good interview.
Yeah.
Definitely for sure. It was definitely a good experience on the William Green experience. But yeah, we definitely gonna do another show, man. I'll come back and be a guest on your show. I have no problem doing that because I like doing this. And I think honestly, I'm gonna try to get this lady on my show on Thursday so she can talk. We can talk. I'm actually calling once I get off this thing with you to try to set it up for Thursday, and then you can see how I run mines.
Yeah, I
And
gotta tune into that.
definitely, yeah. I don't know if you may have a guest though. You may have a guest on Thursday. You got a guest on Thursday?
No, I'm actually my schedule is clear on Thursday.
Oh, so yeah, maybe you could be able to catch the live show. I'm gonna try to force her to get on that shit. I'm gonna call her. As soon as I get off this, I'm gonna call her like, yo, what's up? Because we doing something Friday. So Thursday, I'll just like, oh, like, I'm gonna have her on my big channel, not my music channel. I'm gonna have her on my big channel so people can see what's going on. And then we're gonna talk about the relationship thing because we did that one time. She came to a spot that I had and we both did like a show, but we never got the footage, so it was kind of fucked up. So now, since we can live stream, I'm gonna definitely see if we can do it on a live stream. You know what I'm saying? So Thursday, definitely, I'm gonna definitely try to talk and convince her right now. You know what I'm saying? I know it's 11:30 at night, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm about business. That's what I do. If I'm calling a female at this time, it's about business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I'm not just gonna call. I'm not calling random females at this time. Like, yo, what you doing? Like, them days is over. I'm not
Right.
doing shit. I got shit I'm doing. I got life to do. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate William Green's experience for having famous AAA live and direct. Like I said, man, this brother is a real good brother. I've known for a long time. He got good spirits, good vibes. He only trying to push his culture forward and push everything forward. He see things through the whole realm. He's not just looking inside. Okay, I'm looking from the inside. He's looking from the inside, outside. You know what I'm saying? He got vision like a boxer, so he's looking from all angles of the thing. He gonna let you have your opinion on his show, and y'all make sure if y'all got any business, anything like that, link up with him if you got good vibes. He may put you on the show. If you don't, I can't tell you why he did it. That's just how he run his thing. You feel me? So
Sir. And speaking of guests, before I wrap this up, I'm just going to tell everybody tomorrow. Tune in. Tomorrow 5 p.m. I will have my boy Chris Penson. He works over at TV 20 ABC in Gainesville. So I have him on the show. He also covers the Florida Gators, and I'm at my boy at 9 p.m. Fritzo. He him he been doing indie films for about a few years, so I'm gonna get them both on the show at those times so they can discuss whatever they want to discuss with me. But it's been a pleasure. Everybody have a good night. It's the William Green Experience right here on YouTube. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna play you out right quick.
All right, cool. That's cool.
All right, Brody.
All right.
That's famous 3 times. Ay, ay, ay.
Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season. 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 Right, earth sign, please let me unwind. All work, no play, till I hit the deadline. 23 to 22. So I'm rapping not in August, but a couple days after in September. Put some fruit in the blender, getting hot, rising temperatures. Moving and get cherished for the time in your presence. Detail here, detail there. Ain't no details, get the slip. Passing Virgo in this bitch. Play like I ain't see this shit. Through dirt behind my back, I thought they buried me face up.
After this song, I'm gonna
to the side, face to face, decide to close. Call me petty if you want. Principle, cut you off. Loyalty in my blood, but not the energies. Oh no, all Virgos ain't the same. I'm sensitive about my shit. I put in this time, effort, play detective for a bit. Healthy risk to run this course, running laps around this bitch. If you around me long enough, there's no way you can forget. Oh no, right, earth sign, please let me unwind. Virgo season, Virgo season. All work, no play, till I hit the deadline. Virgo season, Virgo season. 8:23 to 9:22, that's the Virgo season, Virgo season. 9/11's my exact date. Do you hear me? Virgo season, Virgo season.
That's famous 3 times. Ay, ay, ay.
Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season. Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season. Vibrations, high vibrations, Virgo season, Virgo season.